Hi, I'm Angela. I'm a ranger for the South Downs National Park, and thank you for joining me on my first virtual walk. This is Harry. He's joining me on the walk, and as you can see, he's on a lead. It's bird nesting time, so we get birds nesting on the ground, and this time of year it's good to keep your dog on a lead while doing that, because we don't know whether they're going to go and trample on any eggs or unwittingly disturb some birds. I've also got with me something called a Dicky Bag. Don't know if you can see that. So if he does go to the toilet, you just pop it in there. It's got an odoriser in a bag, and wait till you get to the next bin or take it home with you. Right, so a little bit of health and safety. We are distancing at the moment, so we will keep a distance from anybody who we see, and we've got some hand sanitizer. The good thing about this walk is that we don't have to touch any gates or stiles, so you can just come and walk freely without having to worry about that. We are at Midhurst Common. This is Karen Lane, so you can access the car park via Karen Lane if you want to come by car into the car park. And then that's by the cemetery, and then we just walk by there. So let's get going. I'll give you a bit of a talk as we're going, but I will have some quiet time as well, so that you can just enjoy what you see and hear the birds in the background. The walk will be about 30 minutes. Oh, good morning, Josephine. Thank you for joining us. If at any time you're having trouble hearing me, or the signal's going, please let me know, and I can change the route. Midhurst Common is owned by the Cowdery Estate. Some people think that commons aren't owned by anyone and they're owned by the public, but actually they've all got individual landowners, usually private landowners. And they're called commons because they were registered commoners, and they decided, the lord of the manor decided it was probably land that they weren't going to be able to use, and those registered commoners could do certain things on the land, like collect firewood or graze their animals. Now we have a commons register, so all those people that have those rights are on a central file somewhere. So it's not everybody that has those rights. However, now, due to open access on certain parts of land, people can enjoy them by walking their dogs, taking their children, having a picnic, or doing things like that on there. You can see the rhododendrons coming into flower. Although they're pretty to look at, they are quite devastating to our natural environment. Nothing else grows under them, hardly anything nests in them, and nothing nests in them that won't nest somewhere else, but we wouldn't cut them down this time of year because of the risk of disturbing nesting birds. And they are poisonous to the soil, so something else might not grow under there for a very long time. Who have we got? Oh, Michaela, good morning. And Mary, lovely to see you. It's a shame it's not a bright sunny day today. We might have seen some of our species of reptiles, things like adders, and that we get here. I know people are kind of wary of adders because they are our only poisonous snake. But actually what they really want to do is get away from you. This time of year when they're warmed up, it's actually, they're actually quite quick because they're cold-blooded. They need the sun to warm them up. Morning. And they will try and get away from you as fast as they can. They'll probably feel your footsteps. However, it's best to keep to the paths and then you won't disturb any of them. It's big dog walking time at the moment.
Well, I think my Arthur's behaviour at the moment.
Morning.
Morning. Arthur's behaviour at the moment is just...
It's a very popular dog walking area here, usually first thing in the morning or later in the afternoon. Morning, Carolyn. Okay, so we can turn up here. We've just passed some houses on the left. You can't really see them. You can see them in the winter, but you can't really see them here because now everything's grown up, which is lovely and green. They're called Pest Houses. Not because of any pests or anything like that, but actually because of diseases. They were built for people to isolate when they had infectious diseases. Linked to King Edward VII Hospital as well in some stages. And they could either recuperate there amongst the woodland, or they could isolate there away from other people so they didn't infect other people. Thank you, Jonathan, for your comments. Oh yes, he says that my points about the rhododendron, the same goes for laurel. Yeah, laurel very poisonous as well. And Lindsay, good morning. Oh, and Eleni, age 7. Ah, right, they'd like to know some types of trees that we can see. Okay, let's have a quick look. Silver birch. There. We have quite a lot of silver birch on heathlands and sandy soils. They support quite a lot of invertebrate species as well. Here we have a holly. You might not be able to tell by its bark, but you can also see the leaves. The holly leaves. I'll try and zoom in. Oh, that's not a very good example of a Scots pine. But Craig, thank you. Okay, what can we see here? This is a beech. You can see the beech leaves. I can't see there's a big, oh right, this is good Scots pine here. Now Scots pine are great for birds like firecrests and goldcrests, but we can't have too many of them because they seed really readily. And then they just take over. So part of the management on here, not this bit particularly, is to get rid of some of the self-seeded Scots pine so it doesn't just end up Scots pine woodland. Okay, Craig, this is in Midhurst Common. I've just walked up from Karen Lane car park, where you could park, and gone down the track down the side of the cemetery, we're heading towards Sunset Hill, so we'll get to look at that and a nice view. Now this plant here, be able to see, is bilberry. Some of you may know it as whortleberry. You should be able to see some berries. Oh, here we are. They're very small, and they're one of the earliest berries that we find. Some people make bilberry jam, but I wouldn't pick them too close or too low down to the path because of all the dogs. Now, bilberry is quite special here because we have so much of it. You can see, if I can work the camera, you can see that all the green on the floor of the woodland there, that's all bilberry. Now bilberry likes sort of dappled light, and it seems to be thriving really well here. You'll notice on really open areas of heathland you probably won't see it apart from maybe on the edges because of too much sunlight. Go up here. Oh, thank you for your comments, Mary. Oh, Tory. Oh yes, goldcrests. They do flit about a lot. You don't really catch them sitting still much, so you almost have to know the way they flit about to actually recognise them. Thank you, Gloria, for your comments. Any of you didn't catch the beginning, I'm Angela. I'm a ranger from the South Downs National Park. I've got Harry with me today. He's on the lead because it's ground nesting bird time, and we are on open access land as well. Okay, we're coming up to Sunset Hill. I'm hoping we've still got good signal. It's quite high up. Now if I'd come here on a really sunny day, we would have had a really nice view. It's still a nice view, but sometimes you can see a lot further. Right, to the right here there's a bench. We can't see much at the moment, but when those trees are thinned out at some stage, you will be able to see Blackdown, so it's worth having a quick look. So that's Blackdown to the north. Right, trees. That's a small oak in front of us there. You can see the leaves. Okay, and the big Scots pines. More birch. And this, one of the bane of conservation life, is bracken. Now, when heathlands were cleared for grazing, they are a man-made habitat really, because that's why they were cleared, and the management, the old-fashioned management, was the reason that they are like they are. The bracken used to be cut regularly, mainly for animal bedding. So it never used to get away like it does now, but now we have to try and simulate that by bruising it, which means bashing it without taking the head of it off. So it's just like bending the stem. So it tries to repair itself but doesn't grow anymore. Right, so can you see the view? Good signal, thanks Michaela. Morning. Okay, I don't know if that's a bit dark. We'll get into the goods views now. Right, can you see those views? We're now looking out in a sort of southwesterly direction over to Bepton Down and the ridge of the Downs. Morning.
Morning.
On a good, oh no, you can see it today just, but you might not be able to get there. If you look in the middle where it dips down, that will be the Trundle at Goodwood. Oh, interestingly, Jonathan went to boarding school in Midhurst back in the 60s. I'm glad it was happy memories. You must have frequented Midhurst Common then. So that's where you would, if you walk the South Downs Way, that's where you walk. I'm sorry if it's a bit dark, but obviously facing southwest, we're safe, facing a bit into the sun. So there is a bench up here, so you can come and eat your picnic. Now, looking down, actually from Sunset Hill, which obviously is called that because you can watch the sunset, you can see our heathland habitat. We've got scattered Scots pine. Now the darker green areas will be the heather, in between the brighter green areas which are the birch mainly. We've got three types of heather here, which are our three native species. So ling, or just heather, which is the common Calluna vulgaris. We've got bell heather, and we've got cross-leaved heath. So maybe we'll do another one another time. We'll do a bit of heather ID, so look out for that. Well, thank you, Kate. First time I've used this to do this our new gimbal, so I'm hoping you can all see it well. So yes, we'll do that. You can see with the bright green what a job it is to keep up with clearing the birch, which seeds just as readily as the Scots pine. And a lot of volunteer work has gone into this. There's a volunteer group called Friends of Midhurst Common, and they come out, well obviously not at the moment, but they come out once a month on the last Friday of the month and do some conservation work. So look them up on the internet and you can join in if you want to when they're back in action. Okay, so we'll go back down. I mean, you could just see some of the rhodie coming back because it's now about to flower. All the pink. Now it only seems like Rhododendron ponticum is the main culprit in this. Other rhododendron species aren't quite so bad and don't spread so prolifically, so don't need to go grubbing them out of your garden because they are pretty in your garden. They're just not natural to this habitat. Okay, so let's go You have to be careful on the tree roots here. Some good examples of big Scots pine. I don't think I might be able to go up and see that. Right, come on Harry. Oh, Anushka, thank you for your comments. Right, come on Harry. Let's go back. If you enjoyed this and would like to see a longer walk, obviously we've got another 10 minutes left now, then let us know. Quite happy to do some more and look at the different habitats and around the South Downs. So nice and peaceful now I stop talking. Kim says it's a lovely avenue, it's beautiful here. Midhurst Common is a really nice mixture of the open heathland and the lovely wooded areas. There's loads of different types of habitats here. We've got this mixed woodland with Scots pine. We've also got a nice native broadleaf section, as well as boggy heath and an open sand area where there used to be the sand quarry where they used to make the bricks. So lots to see here, and it changes so much through the seasons as well. So here we've got a different tree, sweet chestnut. See if I can, go in the wrong way. I don't know if you can see the leaves. They're very serrated on the edge. Got big teeth on the edge, so that's the main difference between horse chestnut and the sweet chestnut, leaf wise anyway. Right, we're going this way. All right, Michaela wants a better view of Harry. Okay, well, if I could make Harry walk out front, but he's obviously supposed to be at my side. There's Harry. He enjoys his walks. Oh, lots of love for Harry. Lots of love for Harry. Yeah. Wagging his tail. Right. If you walk out the front, people can see you, Harry. Lindsay, does that mean it's your birthday today, Lindsay? The birthday cake, or the cat's birthday? I'm not quite sure. Oh, Laura never realised you had such a lovely place on the doorstep. Well, it is amazing here, and well kept and looked after by Cowdrey Estate and the Friends of Midhurst Common. Oh, Craig, this is Midhurst Common. So we're just walking back. We've done a short loop from Karen Lane car park, round to the north of Sunset Hill, and then back round to the south of Sunset Hill, back again, and we're on our way back to the car park again. Well, Harry's a bit reluctant, he wants to walk for a bit longer. Yeah, Craig, Midhurst Common. You go on Karen Lane off of the A272 Petersfield Road. You come to a little car park where the recreation ground is. There's loads of exciting paths to explore, as you can see. Come on, Harry. And although it's not far from the A272, it can be really quiet and lovely here. See, Harry wants to go back down that track. Maybe we'll do that another time, Harry. Come on then. Ah, Emily, do you live nearby? Do you live in Midhurst? Did you not know it was here? Other trees people might recognise. So you've got the hazel. This is, you can see the leaf here. This is coppiced sometimes, so it grows into more of a bushy tree. You won't see many large hazel trees. And it's coppiced and used for things like fencing, or woven fencing and things like that. You might see it when you hedge laying. Right, it's get a bit dark here. Other dog walkers. I'll get past him. Thank you. Keeping our distance, socially distancing. Oh, Emily's parents live there. Oh, never mind. I think Emily's saying that she's lived there for a while and in Midhurst for a while, never went there. I think we're less inclined to explore the places near to where we live than go on holiday and explore there. Harry's got the gist of that we're walking back now. Oh, can you hear that? I can hear a chiff-chaff. Well, amongst the chainsaws. Or is it a strimmer? I think they're maintaining the cemetery.
Morning.
Morning. Okay, we're on the home straight now, so you may recognise that this is the track that we walked along on the way up, if you were with us then. There's quite a few paths on Midhurst Common, but you can follow the waymarks and the finger posts so that you can see where you can go. So the footpath you can walk on, the bridle way you can ride a bike or a horse on and walk on. There's a few birds, but I can't hear them over the strimmers, which is a shame. Okay, so here we are back again. For those of you who weren't here right at the beginning, this is Karen Lane. And the car park is here. It's a recreation ground. Right. So, thank you very much for coming with me on my virtual walk. Any suggestions are gratefully received, and please look out for some more of these in the future, hopefully. So here we are, from me and Harry. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Bye.